Good morning, guys. How are we doing? This morning is the 27th of July 2021 and it's around 6 a.m. It's a little later than I normally try and make these videos because I was making the cat wait for her breakfast. She's been a bit naughty this morning and I'm making her wait. I want to show you something. We have the most amazing flower garden in the cracks in our concrete. Even the ivy is loving it. The poppies love it more than anything else. Pretty cool, huh? And people worry about, my plant's going to grow there, will they thrive? Plants are going to do what plants are going to do. That means the second they have some dirt, even a fraction of a little bit of dirt, and the second that they have water and sunshine, they're good. They're going to do it. And that's the right situation for anyone. Except, is it? Now, okay, these guys are going to have to get strung up. We're going to have to swap them places somewhere and actually get these strings up in here. Because that's trying to get away. Right. Okay. I have to get that done. Still looking for signs of other fruit. I'm not sure if it's too hot in here and the blossoms are just dropping. But they're still all very happy in here. I have a lot of happy plants. Very happy plants. Very happy plants. But some that are setting fruit. Some not so much. I mean, these are quite young. Others that are recovering. Setting down roots. Oh, we're going to have to get rid of that one. Come on. Alright. No, you're not keeping it. Oh. We're going to be ruthless. But these blossoms have been here for, God, I can't even think. Weeks. Weeks and weeks. I don't know if I'm seeing any fruit develop more. Oh yeah, look. There you go, there it is. They're there, they're just taking their time. And you, my friend, are gone. Oof. Right, I've only got that a little bit open this morning. Kinda hazy out here. It is. Okay. I'm going to have a look at this bed over here. It's my morning routine. See if I can find anything yummy to pick up. Not yet. Not yet. Not ready yet. Soon. Soon, soon, soon. They are getting a little bit attacked by slugs, and I think we're going to have to put a slug pub in this bed to deal with that. Okay, so I just stole a blueberry. Didn't steal it, it's my plant. Food is free in this garden, you know, there's no stealing involved. Except for the plants in my heart. Okay, and if any of you are worried about what happens to the squash after I cut them, 3 days later, look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah. He's not having any problems. None. None at all. Right. I gotta get those beetroot in. I haven't done anything. Not gonna lie. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk to you about today is plant, and we kind of touched on it. I kind of showed you an example of it. Plants do what's in their nature. What's in their nature is to grow. It's kind of the same as people. What is in their nature is to grow. And with plants, if they run out of nutrients, they'll either keel over and die, or if the circumstances aren't great, they'll bolt, run, shoot flowers everywhere, and run to seed. Not too unlike humans, really. I wanted to talk to you today about blooming where you're planted. Because that's what plants do. They bloom where they're planted. Yes, when they run to seed, they shoot their seeds everywhere. And you could end up with volunteers everywhere. In places you didn't even expect. Like in the crack in the wall. Or in the concrete. Or in the path. And you're kind of thinking, how the hell did that get there? They weren't around there. And then you think, well, nature will have her way. Same with us, same with kids, same with adults. Where we're planted shapes who we become. Now whether that shapes us for negative or positive, that's entirely up to us as individuals. And you may not think it's up to you. But whatever happens to you in early childhood between the ages of 0 and 6 has a direct effect on who you become as an adult. A direct effect. People don't realize that even the smallest, and I mean small, and I mean you might have a disagreement with your partner, and it's just a baby, they won't mind, they won't know. And all of a sudden, they get to 14 years old, and they're saying the same things you did 14 years earlier to your partner, to you. And you're like, where did this come from? Well, it came from you. Things that happen have a direct correlation to who they become as adults. Same with plants. You plant them in a crack of concrete, they will suck up everything they could possibly get, which is why the concrete tends to crack and get worse, and why you don't want ivy around your house. As pretty as it is, you want to keep it under control because its roots will go inside and it will create dust powder from going through the concrete, which creates your house to fall down. From that one little plant is allowed to run riot, it can mean that your whole house falls down, or is at risk of falling down, unless something drastic is done. Drastic renovation style things, fixing. And it's the same with kids. And you can have 6 kids in the house, and each single one of them will have a different perspective on what their childhood was like. Each one will have an opinion, or a perspective on who was the favourite. The favourite, by the way, never thinks they're the favourite. And although you should never have favourites amongst kids, and unless you're a very clever parent, who is very much able to stand back and go, all my children are equal, you will still have a favourite. You may not think you let them know, but it's the small things that let you know. But the point is this: it doesn't matter where you're planted, you can still bloom. Are you serious? So rude. Oh man, I'm gonna have to take some painkillers this morning. It does not matter where you are planted, you can still bloom. If you look at people that we know, say for example Oprah, okay, one of the most traumatic childhoods that anybody could ever ask for. Yeah? One of the most traumatic childhoods anyone could ask for. And adulthoods to a degree. And yet, there she is. Blooming. Touching the lives of millions. Opening up schools in Africa for girls who need an education. A really good education. For free. You know. That's blooming. Even though she was planted in a certain spot. You know. Even people we don't know. But you can take that any way you want. Some people will bloom no matter where they are. And some people won't. Some people it will be a struggle. And they will fight. And they will kick. And they will scream. And it will be awful for as long as it is awful for them. As long as they can't see a positive in it. As long as they can't see the good of what they've got. They can't get the most out of where they are at the time. And it doesn't matter if you're there for a week, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You have an opportunity, and that is a classroom for you to learn in. And it's up to you to bloom where you planted. Now, it's no secret I don't like living here. I don't. But I refuse to let it drag me down. I refuse to let it take that passion for my dream and my learning and what I want to do with my life and destroy it. I'll be damned if I'm going to let one more person say to me, you can't do it, you're disabled. Know your limits. Fuck you and your limits. Put your limits on yourself. You can't see it happening, that's fine. I don't care if it's pebble by pebble. I will get there in the end. Despite or with you. And that's just the way it is. Bloom where you planted. Do everything you can to make the space that you are in, whether it's inside of yourself, inside of a building. Use that time to bloom. Okay guys, whatever you're doing today, have an awesome one. I love you guys heaps. Blessings.